Hi everybody, it's Willie's last day here. Can you believe it? I thought I would do one last video sort of showing like a bird's eye view of me using the remote and how to use this with all the commands. So things like getting him on a place bed, laying down and staying, recalling him, down stay, things like that. Things they're gonna be using in the house. All right, so let's talk about getting him over onto a bed. This is gonna be what you're using in the house the majority of the time. Because remember, when he's out, he's not making the best choices. He's marking on stuff, he's causing problems with the other dog. So this is sort of a middle ground between out in the yard, in the kennel, and running all around the house uncontrolled, okay? He can be out, he can be included, but you know he's not doing any bad behavior. But how do we get him on there? So the easiest way is to stand behind the bed and use your recall. Come, place, good boy. So I gave the verbal, come. I tapped the tone, which is that T button on the side. I tap it a couple times. I praise. And then when he gets right in front of the bed, I point and say place. He gets on, he automatically lays down. And then I usually give one stay as I walk away. Now, if he gets on and steps right back off, that would be your stim button, the black S. He gets back on, release, good. Good boy. If he gets on and does not lay down, you tell him down. And then you tell him stay. All right, but we've done a lot of work. I even have another dog out on purpose to show that another dog can be out of command around him and the rules still apply. That's my good boy. Yes, that's a good boy, Willie. Okay, so we've got our recall, we've got our place command, our down command, our stay command. Let's talk about a down without being on place, okay? So we're gonna use that same thing to get him over to us, the recall with the tone. And then when he gets here, I'm gonna tell him down and stay. Willie, good. Come, tap the tone, good boy, stay. Good, I love how he auto downs. If he didn't auto down, you could tell him down. But when we say stay, he usually puts himself in a down because he knows that's what we're gonna ask him to do anyway. So I should be able to say stay and walk away, and he's holding that down command. Good boy. Now remember to keep these commands reliable, to keep them serious, to keep him actually listening. He needs to know that if he breaks the command, somebody's gonna say NO and click the button, okay? If not, he'll just start breaking the command whenever he wants. So that's why we start producing distractions. And then we praise him when he holds the command, right? Good boy. Hi, oh, you're so cute. Oh, look at him. This is very difficult for him, and that's why he's turning away. Me crouching down and baby talking is so hard for him. He wants to come over to me so bad, but he also doesn't want to break his command. It's like walking into the room with a big chocolate cake, and you're on a diet, and you know you can't have it. You don't even want to look at it. Good, Willie. Good boy. I'm going to praise him for that. Good boy. He appreciates that. All right. Now, another way to get him on place, if you can't stand behind it or don't want to stand behind it, is you can just point and say place and also tap your tone. Willie, place, tap the tone, tap it a couple times. Good boy. Good job. Good job. All right, so we've got him back on the place bed. Let's also talk about the kennel. So obviously, Willie was kennel trained, but still, we're gonna show you the mechanics, how to get him in, how to get him out, how to make sure he's calm in there. So to get him in the kennel, we are gonna use that recall with the tone. Once he gets almost to the kennel, we're gonna point and say place. Willie, good. Come, place. Tap the tone again, good. He's never been in this kennel before, so I'm glad you got to see him go to the wrong area and then me tap the tone and point and he goes right in. Once he goes in, he stays in, and actually he should lay down, okay? He shouldn't go in and then come right back out. If he did, you could tap the stem. He goes back in, you say good boy. It shouldn't matter if the door is open or closed. In fact, when you come approach him and open the door, he should not bust out. If he does, you can go ahead and close this before he has a chance and keep repeating until you're able to open it and he stays. Now, if it's first thing in the morning or when you get home, this would be a good time to go ahead and put the collar on. Don't let him out without the collar on, okay? There's a couple ways to get him out. You can release him, you can recall him, you can even heel him out. I'll go ahead and release him. Break, good boy. All right, that brings me over to thresholds. He should be default staying, not rushing out, not rushing in. Definitely keep up on this one. It's really important. Every threshold, every time, every person. All right, so notice when I open this door, he's looking up at me. He's waiting for my permission instead of just bolting out. Now, if he did just bolt out, this would give me an opportunity to correct on my e-collar, recall him back in, close the door, and then reopen it until I get this. This is the good look, okay? Now, since he's like in this weird half up, half down, good. Give him that command, and then we'll wait a second for release. Break, good boy. Let's say it's time to come back in. What I'm gonna do is start tapping the tone here. That beeps by his ear. I'm gonna go ahead and open the door. Come, good boy. Place, direct him right over to the place bed. He lays down. So proud of you, Willie. Good job.